Hey guys, welcome to Debug channel. We will creating a simple Android game. So let's get started. First of all, you need to install Unity Hub. Any versions you can download from Unity's official site, and we will do the installation and that things. There are many tutorials on that. We will also provide a video on that. So after that, you have done the installation, you will get this window, the Unity Hub, and then go here and click new, and we have to create a new project right here, and get the option of creating 2D 3D. We'll be creating 3D as its physics and everything is fun. 2D is not outdated as the game arts of your skills and everything should be high, and 3D has physics, and that's the advantage, and the game will be fun. So we can just create it, and Unity will create a new project for you to create in its engine. So I'm using in a low spec computer. It's a Toshiba laptop, and I have upgraded its SD card, and there's a video on this channel itself. You could watch it, and you can also upgrade your if you're having a low end PC or laptop. And so basically in this series we'll be creating Android games, because there are many lots of chances for you to develop your skills in Android platform other than the PC platforms such as Steam and other gaming publishing sites. Also, after you develop your game, you need an account and stuff, and it needs money too. Create an account, you could do it. I'm using basically Unity 2018 version, and there are many versions of Unity have been done. You can use any version. I recommend using versions above 2018, because that's most of the assets are compatible with this version above, so you could use that. Now, as the engine has started, let's begin. So this is our main screen, and this is our levels, main things and stuff. So you could add a cube basically here, and it will appear right here. So 3D cube, yo, it came. So now you can also rotate and stuff like that in the scene view, and it's like here. So if you with the middle mouse button you can move around and stuff, and with the left click you could view like this, and now you could make this cube as your player. But in Unity you have 3D object, you have a less amount of 3D objects, and if you want more amount of objects such as fonts and doors and everything, you should go to the Windows and Package Manager, and you should install TrollBuilder, and it was acquired by Unity in the earlier times. So after, you could go ahead and install it right away if you want. I'm not intending to use that 3D objects, but I will use it in the later videos. So let's close this tab right there. Go here and close this tab. Now we could make this cube as a player. Or for that you should first find these things. There's mesh render, box collider, and mesh render is something what you it makes you help see the cube. So if I turn off this mesh render, you see we can't see the cube. If you zoom in, you can see a green line around the cube. That is this box collider, and if I turn off that, the green is not highlighted anymore. So let's turn that on to see and see the cube. So now we go ahead and play. This is our play button. So if we play that, the game gets started. So let's do that. So this is our actual game. This is our game panel. So whatever you did comes here. So I enter play mode and nothing happened. That's because the we didn't add anything. We just put the cube in the space. So we need the cube bit interactive. We need to make the cube fall down with in the to the and we can also make the cube ground as the cube by adding the compound and go to fix rigid body and stuff. And we don't want that because if we add the rigid body to the physics to the ground too, it will also fall down. So we don't want that. If I will show you guys, so both will fall down. We don't want that. We want the ground to be stable in the air or should be rigid. So we don't want that. We will remove the component. So now it will be as normal. Now we need to see the cube bit in a good way. So we need to make the camera in the right position. So this is our camera in the game view. So this is what the player will see actually. So you could move around in the Z, Y, and X directions. You can move it around. You could rotate it to have a good view. So I will make it like this. Make it like that. Okay, that's good. And now we need to move the player when we touch the screen. This series is all about Android games, so basically we will put buttons here so that if we click on the button, it will be same as that of touch. So we will add a button to the screen. But add a button, we need to provide a canvas so that it would be a layer on the screen. So you go to create UI and on that you will go down to canvas. So you will see that a big screen has appeared right there. Don't mess around with that. We could not change the position or all, but we need to add a button on the screen. It will be on the screen, so we need to add a button under this. So let's go UI button. And it's under the canvas. That's why you could see it. If it's not the canvas, you couldn't see it. It will be in bold and it will not be visible to the screen. So we need to make sure that it will be the canvas. And now you could see the button right there. Great, we got a button in our scene. But there's a problem. If we scale the screen size now, the button goes away. So you could see, let's make it here. And you could also, you see, you could change around with the screen and all. Also, you could change the layout here to by three some things. So we don't want the button to be like going from screen to screen. It will change. If we use a tablet, the button should be there. So what we need to is go to hierarchy, canvas, and go to here UI mode to scale with screen. This is very important as if, now if we do this, it will be as the same. So it will not change, it will be in that position itself. So we need to change the position to right here. So to do that, go there, go to the anchor and press shift and alt and go to the bottom right here, you do that, button will go right there. So after you've done that, we need to name the button. So under the button you got text. What we need is we need the player to move is a direction. So to move the player is a direction, we need to add force to the player. To add force, Unity is using rigid body. Whatever we do, whatever we add force and stuff like that, we do with this rigid body. To bring that rigid body in the script, we will use click the button. We need to add force to the rigid body which is in the cube. So to do that, we will create a public void, and this void will be a function, and the function we will call it as forward, and it is a function and it needs curly brackets, and we'll open and close things, and now we will tell that we need to add force. To add force, we'll say rigid body. We'll call up the rigid body that we have done right here, and then we will provide a dot which will provide us to access most of the stuff in the rigid body. So now we could have plenty of things with this rigid body. We could move position, move rotation, and what we need is add force. And after that, if you put dot, you will get I think we should add more amount of force to go in the script, and we will change the force. So let's go to the script, and we need to change this to a pretty good large amount. But for testing the game and stuff, if you put a value right here and to change it every time, this is not the way to do it. So what we will here, we'll close it. So now the error disappeared. So because we wanted a float value, so and we call that float value a name called speed. The speed value is right here. And now we could go to the Unity editor and let it load. Go to the player. And inside of player you can see the speed is 0. We have added a float value or numbers you can add. So we'll put the number to about 100 and we'll play this. Now if we hit the button, you can see it moves tiny. We need to edit the speed to more. We'll put 1000. Yeah. Whoa, it flew off the world. No problem. The thing worked. So now now you can see we exit the play mode, the value will disappear. So whatever you do, it should not be done in the play mode. You can test everything in the play mode like the speed, and after that you need to change that right here. So we'll put the value to 1000. So now we need a cube to flow to move around the world. So we can also put a button like the forward button to be going backward. So let's create, we could duplicate it by Control and D, and we got another button. We'll name this button backward. Good. But if you see that the words are let not good, and so to make the words great you can edit it right here. You could make it bold. You could make the size to a bit 100, but it gone away. So you could edit the button by using going to 2D mode. Scale this up. You can edit this by going to 2D mode. So to get into 2D mode, game will be in 3D mode, but the scene will go to 2D mode. To do that, you have seen this cube, press it, and it will be in the 2D mode, and it will back 3D and 2D. So now we could scale the size of this button. To scale the size of anything in 2D, you can use this right here. So you can scale this. So you change back by using Control Z, and we'll bring the size of the button like that. And you could also change right here. You can make it accurate value like 300 and 100. It will. Let's make the value of the text bit smaller. We'll make it 80. 50. 50 is good. And now we'll make the same for the forward too. We'll make it 50, and we'll scale it up to, we'll scale the button to 300 and 100. So also we'll make the text bold. So great. And if you want to change color, you could change like that. We'll make it black right now. You could mess around with the stuff, and always save your things, and sometimes your project may get stuck and everything what you've done will go. You need to save this frequently. So I have saved this right there, and we didn't add function to the uh, backward button. So we have already added the player because we duplicated the forward button, and now we haven't written the script. So we'll go to the script. We'll call up another function that is click void back, and this function, so curly brackets and open and close. And next we will add the force in the z direction, but in the negative way. So we could change this value to -2. I have shown that right now we change the value to 100 for the, no, 1000 for the forward, which is positive, and you could change this to -2, negative speed, and we will close this, and we'll save that and go back to Unity. And on the backward button you will go to this player movement script, and where it has, oh, it has not been loaded. Just wait for loading. So let's go to the player movement script. Yeah, the backward value in a function game. Let's put that there, and we can see the game right there. So you could change the layout. I'll change the layout right there. So that's a good, that's not a good layout. Default. So that's good. And now you could see scene view only. You could shift to the game mode, and this is quite nice. We provide forward and backward. And in mobile games, if the buttons are as big as this, we cannot enjoy the game. So we'll make this buttons bit invisible and make further small. So if you click, it goes back, and we could not see that cube going. So we will make the speed of the player a little bit small, we'll make it 500 so that we see what is happening, and make the ground bit big, 10, and we will make the camera bit backwards like that. So now we could see the game pretty well, and we need the buttons to be invisible. That will be the gameplay bit good. So what we will do is go to the forward button, go right here, the colors, and this thing to be little bit off. Let's make 50, and let's make the text also uh, color down here 50. And now you could scale this up to the width of the screen. Focus 2D mode will, you could do like that, or otherwise you could shift alt in the anger, and you could do things like right. So it will be aligned with the screen. So we'll make the same as that for the backward, and we will make the color go 50, and the text to color to be 50. So you see in the game it's little bit on the bright side, but it's okay, no problem. We could scale that also to by going to the anchor and by the great. Now if we consider this game as in your mobile, it will work, but to go to the mobile and play, we need to change the settings and things. So if you play this game in mobile, it would work fine. I can guarantee it. It will be same amount of touch in the screen. So if you touch backwards, it gone flowing down. So I think that's for this. In this tutorial, we created a cube which can fall. We created the cube to move forward and backward, and we created a good gameplay with the buttons and all. So hope you guys enjoyed. Please hit the like button if you like the video, and subscribe to this channel for more tutorials. We will do the more tutorials on this. We will make the player to jump, we'll make the player to move around. We will create an entire game for Android series. That's what we're going to do. So hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon and get notified when we upload videos and stuff.